Resident Evil 7 is a game where you play as a guy named Ethan whose girlfriend, named Mama Mia, went missing 3 years ago. He gets a weird video message from her saying to stay away from Louisiana, so he immediately goes straight to Louisiana. Instead of calling the police or even bringing a friend as backup, he goes by himself, unarmed, to this creepy house out in the sticks. He actually finds his girlfriend and she crawls up the steps like a drunk person trying to get back into her house at 3:26 a.m. It turns out that Mia is actually the She-Hulk now, and she goes berserk on Ethan. After a lot of domestic violence, Ethan finally puts an end to it by shooting Mia in the face, like 24 times. Then he meets a friendly baker named Jack who kind of looks like a farmer but also like a guy who wants to sell you fishing rod insurance. Jack kindly welcomes Ethan into his family and invites him to dinner.
Welcome to the family, son.
With a surprise twist, we find out that the family of bakers are actually crazy, and they also suck at baking. So now Ethan is trapped inside their house. A police officer arrives at the house after hearing about several kidnappings there, and Ethan is like, "Hey man, I'm kidnapped." And the cop is like, "Really?" And Ethan says, "Yeah, there's crazy people here, you gotta help me." But the cop is like, "Nah, you're not kidnapped." The cop comes inside, but he has a spider on the back of his head, and Jack tries to kill it with a shovel, but he accidentally slices the guy's head in half. Jack feels so bad about the incident that he shoots himself and dies. After cleaning some mold out of the basement, Jack comes back and he's like, "Guess what? It's a miracle, I'm not actually dead." So Ethan goes all Leatherface on him and cuts him in half with a chainsaw because he's obviously a zombie now. Now Ethan has to deal with Jack's wife named Margarita, and she does nothing but yell.
Stay the fuck out!
Wives, am I right, fellas? After shooting Margarita in the vagina, you get a phone call from her daughter Zoe, who tells you to collect some troll doll thing in order to stop her parents. Then you meet the son Lucas, who looks like a string bean and is a big fan of the Saw franchise, and he tries his best to recreate the traps. Ethan finally escapes the house and now comes across Zoe and Mia, who somehow isn't dead. He has to make the hard decision of saving either his girlfriend who's been missing for 3 years and he thought was dead and is the whole reason why he went there, or some girl that he just met who belongs to a family of people who can't cook. Obviously, he chooses the lady he just met and they escape on a boat. Before they get away, Esther from the orphan shows up and is like, "I'm just a little girl and all I want is a family." So Ethan shoots her in the face and it turns out she's actually a lying old lady who's part plant or something, and that's Resident Evil 7.